Get ready for a new normal. Let's get into it for the week beginning September 17th, 2018. Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly angelic message for the week beginning September 17th, 2018. As always, if you would like to get a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com. The services page, all the details are there. If you would like to go check out Gumroad, I have all kinds of courses, meditations over there. And of course, your support on Patreon is always absolutely appreciated. I also want to announce that I am coming out with some paranormal story videos. I know it's a little crazy, but I had a lot of stories and I thought it was a great opportunity to start talking about spirit in a different way, in a different context, and a context that I think most people are familiar with, and to talk about the distinction between an actual energetic being and some sort of interaction with an energetic being and just what I call memory dust, okay? Where you walk in and it's just compounded energy. So we talk about stuff like that. We talk about timelines and how they can intersect, how we're multi-dimensional beings and how we can have our own timelines intersect. So get over there and check it out. I should have that up shortly. Now, as I'm recording this, I haven't checked the latest on the news, but I know Hurricane Florence is sort of hanging out there in the Atlantic. It is coming towards the Carolinas. And of course, as always, you know, I send you my love. I'm praying for you, not just for you, but for all the hassle you have to go through after a hurricane. I mean, I can't even imagine. I remember when I was in New York, we're not used to hurricanes, so we didn't know what the heck we were doing. But I remember how scared I was, and those didn't even end up being that intense. Well, I think Sandy was pretty intense, but you know what I mean. It wasn't a pleasant experience. So if you need support, of course, come on over to any of my social platforms, talk to the community there. We are all there for you, okay? Love and prayers to you, and love and prayers to everybody in Puerto Rico. I guess you guys have a storm heading your way as well. At least that's the last I heard. Okay, so having said all that, let's get right into the auto write. And they start off by saying our love and prayers to all, because they know this is a very tense time for a lot of people. And I don't feel like this is the last hurricane. Puerto Rico, I'm not getting a firm feel on, you might be spared, okay? Like I said, I don't really know what's going to happen later on, but right now it feels like it might just graze you. I hope that remains a fact. But this will not be the last hurricane. This will not be the last threat. I don't know. I think, well, actually, I can't even pinpoint. The United States is going to be affected again, I do feel, but I can't pinpoint where it's going to be. I think one might go up a little further up the coast than where Florence is hitting, and then I think there's one that's going to be hitting into the Gulf, potentially. Pray that that's different. The second you pray that that's different, maybe it won't happen. I don't know. Or maybe I'm just, wrong, which can happen. Hey, I hope I am wrong. All right. So our love and prayers to all. This is time to get used to a new normal. It will not be as it is. What the heck are they talking about? Will not be as it is. I don't know. So why do you fight the past? It will not be as it is. So why do you fight? Anyway, don't fight the past. I don't know what that means. There is a new and better way of being, one that does not deny your happiness, nor begs of you to compete with one another. There are many resources, and each shall receive theirs as it is warranted. So don't hang on to how things used to be or how they should be, or remember the good old days. There's a whole lot of reminiscing, and that was correct for who we were back then. We are no longer those beings. So we're being asked to kind of switch and get ready for a new future, get ready for a new way of approaching things. And that might, unfortunately, with the context of this hurricane, that might also include we can no longer say this storm is not going to be any big deal, or I can just ride it out, or whatever. I mean, they're getting more and more intense. So there's that. But on an individual level, everybody will get the resources that they need in the right timing. Okay. Focus now on connection. This not only means to pray for those in hard times, but pray for those who cannot see the value of a smile, a kind gesture, politeness, acceptance. Boy, don't I know that one. Just the other day, I went by one of my neighbors. Literally, he walked right next to me, and he's seen me before. And I smiled and I said hello. And he literally looked at me and stuck his nose up in the air. And that bothers me. Of course it bothers me, but not for the reasons you might suspect. It bothers me because I started wondering, like, what does he come from? You know, what kind of mindset does he come from where he couldn't bring himself to say hello back to someone who is being kind and pleasant and smiling at him? A complete rejection of politeness. What is that? You know, and it bothered me for him, but it also bothered me that he's out there spreading that. You know what I mean? So let's pray for those people as well. Act like a smile on their face would crack it open or something, you know. But you know, I think what they're saying is anybody who can't accept kindness, there's something going on there. So make sure we're praying for them. All right, so let's keep going here. Have you grown tired of judgment? Then accept it not. We are on duty where needed, and we cradle you in love. Spirit of angels. So I think that was a message to people out there who are going through, you know, whether it's Hurricane Florence or, you know, whatever you're experiencing right now, they are with you. They are helping you. Okay. They're cradling you. So having said that, let's get on to the cards. All right, everybody, let's see what else we have coming up for the week of September 17th. Oh, we had a card fly out. Hold on. Ooh, Cooperite, rites of passage. I'll hold it up. Oh, sorry. I'll hold it up a little bit better here in a second. But that's a lovely card to have come up. And that does go in with that message of get used to a new normal, okay? We just went through our hard times. We don't have to hang on to the hard times, all right? We acclimate to, and let's not think of it as punishment or reward. We are very black and white minded kinds of people, aren't we? We're duality consciousness. So this rite of passage can be seen as a bit of a graduation, perhaps, but it does indicate coming through some bit of hardship. Okay. All right. So let's keep going here. I'll get a full. I didn't hold that up very long, but I'll hold it up. We'll go back through. I see a lot of anger. I see a lot of people hurting and wanting to bring that hurt out onto other people because they just cannot process. They are so short-circuited. They are so fried emotionally that they don't even care if they're harming another person. And that's unacceptable, okay? So in those cases, I mean, we're going to have to shield ourselves, but also pray for that individual because they are hurting. And that should do it right there. All right, let's see what we have for the week of September 17th. Orpiment success. Past life, which could just be overlapping dimensions, lapis lazuli. So third eye consciousness. New beginnings, Cocoxanite. Okay, get ready for a new normal. Let me get the color card as well, and then we'll have a full picture here. Lots of good energy here. That doesn't mean that we get a perfect life. It just means that's the card that wants to come out right there. Yep, here it is. Oh, wow. Again, the nails. You see how that card is sort of in darkness? And then there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and the color is plum, and it says overcome your challenges. So here's the deal. Let's go right back to the beginning. Cooperite. Rites of passage. We have come through the battle. We have come through a lot of growth and expansion and learning our lessons. And I know people love to hang on to the buzzwords. They want to be like, oh, my ascension process, oh, my growth process, oh, my spiritual whatever. That's all well and good. But we need to bring it back down to earth, okay? Should I even give you this example? When I did a poll on YouTube asking people, hey, do you want to hear about paranormal stories? 97, I think, percent of people are like, heck yeah, we definitely want to hear a spiritual intuitive's take on some paranormal activity. And of course, the stuff that happened was back before I knew how to shield myself. So, yeah, there's a little talk of that as well. Now I know better. But the response from some of the people, it was, that's not what I expect of you. But it seems like they got so threatened by change that they started to treat me like an object that they possess. And why are you doing that? And scolding me, and oh my gosh, you're so negative, and all this stuff. And I think that was very, very odd to me. And it was so odd that I'm like, something else is going on here. Because if you don't want to watch it, you just don't watch. Like, why that response? And I think that's this resistance, that's that anger, that hurting, that pain. This is getting to final exams week and feeling like you don't have another bit of energy in you to push on forward. And so you start making things worse for yourself by allowing things to fall apart, by not contending with what is in front of you. Does that make sense? So the Cooperite does talk about you're coming through it. For some people, there might be a huge bit of resistance, but for I think the majority of you out there, you're finally letting something be born. Maybe you're being born, whatever the case may be. But whatever it is, it's successful. We love this card. Sorry about the lights. I'm trying a whole new studio setup. It's an experiment. It is what it is. Glossy cards. I'm a YouTuber. I have YouTuber lights. Sorry about it. Anyway, orpiment, success, whatever it is, when you come out the other side, something's going to come together for you. Now, for some people, this could be an unexpected opportunity popping up, but let's not get so like 3D human about it. Like, oh, am I going to get that job that I want? I was imitating myself right there. Because no, just like opportunities, there are, things that I want to do to expand angel souls and whatever. Is that going to happen? That's kind of how I would take it too. But success could also be a successful healing of something, or a successful understanding of where you are on your spiritual path, or a nice integration of what you've learned spiritually into your physical world. You should always be working with Archangel Sandalphon to help you with that. But if this is you sitting there in your, sorry, I'm shedding. Anyway, but if this is you sitting there saying, oh, I'm obsessed over that ex-boyfriend or that ex-girlfriend, and success means that I've been punished long enough. See, watch that punishment reward thinking. I've been punished long enough. Now she's going to come back to me, or he's going to come back to me. Your success might be moving on, right? Because we do have that new beginning card. Now, here's what we have. This needs to be a release of the past. We have lapis lazuli, getting real with yourself and following your intuition and trusting your intuition and not trying to put everything into a neat little box. We really mess ourselves up when we do that. In a way, that's sort of how our human brains function, right? But really, this is, again, following your intuition. Your intuition might be guiding you to do something that you've been resisting, or maybe you were heading down one road and you're like, this would be really, really good for me, but there was some resistance to it, and now you're getting into awareness of that resistance, and now you're feeling like, okay, it's okay to be me. It's okay to go a different direction. I don't have to just continue on with the same old plan. So this might involve some of you realizing that a dream that you've always had that you've been working on could have been attached to what we describe as past life. Okay. It could have been attached to like a past life pattern, or, a past life as in, because some people say, oh gosh, my childhood feels like a past life. It feels like so long ago. Maybe you're hanging on to something because you wanted to make someone else proud, and now you're moving on and doing something that you actually want to do. And then we have this cacoxanite, which is a gentle crystal, and it's very, very good for new beginnings because it gives you freedom to relax into who you are. It gives you the confidence to say, okay, you know what, if I'm honest, I don't like writing. I know I've always defined myself as writing, but I find it very tedious. I find it's not the right form of expression for me. Or maybe you always wrote music and now you're going, you know what, I think I'm done with this. Now, again, for some of you out there, you're going to have a lot of resistance to this, and you're going to have a lot of troubles. And the new beginning is not going to happen very smoothly for you. But for others, this new beginning happens, like there's levels here. That's why, personal readings are so important, because then I can hook into your actual storyline and what energy you're in. But for some, you're going to resist, you're going to have a hard time. For others, you're kind of still biding your time. And yet there's a small group of you better watch out, honey. And you better leave me a comment about all the cool things that come to you and all the great things that start happening for you, because I am just going to be beside myself, because this is like getting all the goodies all at once. Do you know what I mean? Now, in order to get there, you have to overcome your challenges. The number on this is 41, by the way. So in order, are we going to have a space? Nope, there's light everywhere. Pew, pew. Wonder Woman. All right. Anyway, if you don't, I leave down in the description box what deck this is. If ever you need to look up a card, I read it to you. It's Plum, Overcome Your Challenges. You can figure it out on Google, I suppose. But if you can kind of see the photograph here, we have this kind of like this darkness, the shadow, and you're trying to get to the light. Now, if you were to rush too quickly to try to get to that light and you try to make things happen before you're ready, what are you going to do? You're going to trip in the dark. You're going to fall down. And then you're not going to understand, like, why am I not getting my new beginning? Or I see something right there that I want. Why can't I have it? Okay. So the challenge for some of us is going to be allowing. It's going to be relaxing into it. It's going to be releasing the need to control. It's going to be not having to fit it into a nice, neat little box and try to force meaning on something. I think our big thing is just to chill out, tap into our intuition, and let the information flow to us. And don't worry about so much action taking this week, but more, just recognizing opportunities when they come, or recognizing what your own heart's desire is. Okay? So we're going to leave it there. Have a beautiful week, guys. And I'm sending you so much love. Take care.